The first episode of The Silent Age kind of came out of nowhere. It showed up practically unannounced as an entirely free game, and turned out to be an excellent point-and-click adventure with a sharp visual style, an interesting time-hopping puzzle mechanic, and a tantalising story that left us waiting for a sequel. Well, a year and a bit later, and here we are with the second and final episode to the game. This one's longer, more polished, and wraps up the story nicely, but it's also filled with little disappointments that sour the experience. For starters, this chapter disappointingly squanders the clever time travel mechanic where your actions in the past, in 1970, have a helpful knock-on effect in the future, in 2012. Episode 2 only features one puzzle that makes use of your timeline hopping powers well. For the most part, you simply yo-yo between the years to get through doors that are locked in one era, or find items that are gone in another. Luckily, that nifty visual trick of swapping the groovy 1970s environment with its decaying 2012 equivalent just never gets old. Otherwise, the puzzles are well designed and sufficiently satisfying, and your hero's responses to your proposed solutions always help point you in the right direction, with a subtle hint that says, "You're on the right track, but... The game could be a little easy though, and the game will definitely be accused of artificially stretching out the running time by having you wander back and forth across entire sections of the game to carry out chores. While the puzzles are interesting and keep you plodding on, episode 2 is also focused on the story of Joe, an average janitor who gets his hands on a portable time machine and is wrapped up in a plan to stop the apocalypse. There are some clever twists and turns, but like any narrative involving time travel, it quickly devolves into long, complicated diatribes about causality, timelines, the butterfly effect, and unintended consequences. Also, the game has a nasty problem of always telling instead of showing, with massive revelations explained in just unvoiced text bubbles, which happens to deflate the drama and tension like a farting helium balloon. Despite this, the story will keep you playing until the end, and little touches of humour help soften some of the more grim elements of the story. The Silent Age Episode 2 is a suitable closing chapter with more smart puzzles, interesting locations, and a plot that wraps up everything quite nicely, but its slightly amateur storytelling and a squandered concept keep it away from being a true classic.